Good afternoon, Ladybugs and Yellow Jackets. Happy Sunday and welcome back to Faye Productions channel here on the magical interwebs portal of YouTube. I am your host, Fairy Princess Lolly today, and we have an all-new lineup of vendors for you to shop with from home. Super excited. As my obligatory, I'm actually going to have to find a new word. I use that word all the time. My obligatory plug, remember to push, like, subscribe, share, start a watch party with your friends, do the things. And of course, if you are looking for the vendors, their information is in all of the low bars and will also be on your screen as we go along. So without further ado, I give to you vendor number one for today. This is Sylvan Crafts.
Hello.
Please say hello. Yes.
Hi, glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what your home fair or local events are that you kind of, near and dear to you.
All right. Well, I'm actually an extremely new business. I only started a little over a year ago. So I'm still feeling out the waters and learning all the kinds of places that I can go. I am based out of Boston and so far have found more success with a lot of the steampunk fairs and such. I've been to the Attleboro festival and have I'm right next to where the Watch City Steampunk Festival is.
Oh, Watch City. We just had an author 2 weeks ago, Jessica Lucci, I think that's who it was. And she has a whole series of books that, because she's from Watch City is the nickname of the town, right? Yes, and she's got a whole series of steampunk books written about Watch City. That is so cool. What a funny little small world.
Yeah, the Watch City Steampunk Festival is actually the oldest steampunk festival and currently the largest one in the United States. The town that it is located in actually takes credit as being where the American Industrial Revolution began. So there's a lot of history and connection going on there.
Well, that explains, that kind of elaborates a little bit more. I mean, she knew a lot about the history of her local area for those. But anyway, so tell us, what is it that you make and what do you do?
I have my hands in a number of different types of pies. Most of them are head accessories for costumes. I'm actually currently wearing one of the newer ones that I've created. This is a custom designed headpiece that I do with wire wrapping beads and other embellishments. So this is one that I would be able to do as a custom order for somebody.
Wow.
I also do simpler, much more fantasy, less Gatsby-oriented wire-wrapped crowns, some of which will have unicorn horns on them, as you can see from these. I also do the flower type crowns, and I do leather molded masks that are then painted to be more of a carnival style Venetian sort of look.
Do you have any of those you can show to us?
Yes, I do. I actually have a little bit of everything just sprayed out around me in case you wanted to take a closer look at any of it. So this is one of the pieces that I've done. This is one of the masks. I make these by cutting out the masks from a solid piece of leather, hand molding it, and then it is painted and embellished, and I mold the horns themselves out of polymer clay.
Is it too much of a industry trade secret to ask how is it that you mold the leather masks?
It is shockingly easy, and I learned from a video by Martha Stewart.
So not an industry trade secret.
The basics are actually very straightforward. It's more a challenge of having the leather and feeling comfortable with working it. It's also one of those things where it's very easy to learn and difficult to master. I'm still learning the more subtle nuances of having to get a perfect molded fit.
And so how would this do they have like padding in the back to put can you show us what the backside looks like?
Yes.
Or
So the back is, here's another
It's
one.
super detailed. I agree. One of the audience members.
Costume.
Oh, I love that.
So the back is just straight molded leather. And what I do is I have a tool that I burnish it to make it smooth so that it's not rough against the skin. That is actually a very old and traditional way to handle the masks.
I like that green one. Can we see that green one again?
Sure,
It was I mean, the other one was super ornate and awesome looking, and this one's all kind of foresty, right?
It's more of like a forest nymph or a green man sort of costume you put on.
Oh, I can totally see Green Man for that. Absolutely. That looks cool.
And then the last thing that I do, actually, I've got one more pie I've got my fingers in, is that I do a lot of wire-wrapped jewelry and necklaces, some of which I make little picture charms.
I'm gonna make you big. I'm gonna make you big so we can see. Do you have those to show us too?
I do as well. So here's one of the wire-wrap pieces.
That is really nice.
A bit large, but it's quite a piece. It's a piece I'm very fond of. And
what is the stone that's on that?
I actually cannot reliably tell you what kind of crystal that is. It is painted to look very cool, but I got it that way. I make almost everything out of found items and discard lots, so it's a very magpie kind of approach. And everything. Yeah, everything.
Magpies and tiny things. Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. Everything ends up being very one of a kind as a result, because I don't know where you would find the same old necklace, or I find a lot of earrings and repurpose those. Here's another wire wrap piece.
Oh, with a lovely cameo there. Yeah, it's beautiful. And it's a necklace that you're holding, right?
Yeah. I'm on a chain. And then that's one
of the fun things about shopping with Handmade is that it is in fact different, right? Everything is unique. Nothing is the same as what everybody else is going to have. At least that's, to me, one of the best things, right?
Yes. Everything.
Sorry, you were going to show one more thing.
A little bit different.
And that's what makes it awesome.
Yeah. And then just to give you one more piece, I do little potion charms as well.
Oh.
And I collect.
I'm trying to see what's inside of it.
I'm gonna see if I can get there close enough.
Oh, there we go.
It is pieces of flowers, herbs, seeds that I have collected from my own garden. I also have a friend who is licensed to preserve animals, and he sends me some bones. So I've actually got bone chips in there as well.
Oh, that's cool. That's calling out to anybody that has those animal totems right there. So
yes, that is the kind of audience that I'm trying to cater to with that as well.
Well, and as our first vendor today too, you are participating in the magic word, as I understand it, which is going down there in that ticker. And so for those of you who are joining us who have never participated in this before, the magic word, if you put today, the magic word is earthy. It changes every week, and we're doing earthy because this week on the 22nd, it's Earth Day. So earthy is the magic word. And if you enter the magic word in the comments at checkout, then you will get a surprise bonus gift of whatever it may be. It's a surprise from the vendor if you order with them within the next week. So thank you so much. Earthy makes it a little bit of a fun thing. And you look so adorable today too. And you do kind of have that, what did you call it? The Gatsby look, right?
Yes.
With the with the pearls in your hair, with the headband going around. It's very flapper. So,
yeah. This one was for a themed wedding.
Oh, man, it's gorgeous. So you did a good job on that. That's for sure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And your stores, Etsy is the big place to buy from you. So
that is correct.
Yeah. Okay, and it's Sylvan Grove Crafts on Etsy. All of that, I got all of that right?
Yep. I can see it on here. You've got the ticker going. It's good.
Yep, got the ticker going and also have it in the low bar so people can go ahead and click there. So, well, thank you so much for coming on the show and showing us your work today. So
Thank you for having me.
yes, I hope you have an awesome rest of your Sunday. You can now breathe and go enjoy your lovely evening. Actually, you're 3 hours ahead of me. You're already well into your evening.
I'll
So.
be going to dinner after this. So.
Food
right.
stuffs. All
Thank
right.
you very much.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yay. Well, that was a great start for today. Let's bring in our next vendor for the afternoon. I hope that I am saying this right. Hi, hello.
Hello.
Okay, I'm gonna say the name of your studio, and I hope I've got it right. I think that I was saying it wrong in my head until I saw your logo, and it's Platfly. Is that it?
Yeah, it's like platypus butterfly.
Yes. So okay, I'm so
the
happy I
original
got that
critter
right.
was not strange enough. I had to turn it into a bug.
Hey, it is all Oh, I am looking for a small pair of wings that I can attach to my cat's harnesses so that I can have winged cats when I go for a walk. So everything has to be mashed up these days. It's all the rage.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Well, please introduce yourself to our audience and tell us where you're from, what your home fares are, and what it is that you do. Uh-oh. Have I lost you? You are very frozen on my screen, and I cannot. You're literally super frozen. No words, no nothing. Ack. Well, that's okay. If you can hear me, sometimes leaving and coming back will fix that problem. If you can't hear me, though, as it turns out, I have your store, and we will actually take a look at that because I don't ever. Sometimes there are technical difficulties, and I just don't want to.
I've been having issues with my internet connection all day, unfortunately. So sorry about that.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you now.
Yay!
Okay. Yes. So I actually pulled up your Etsy store here because I never like to leave a vendor hanging. Sometimes just the weird things happen, and I still want to. You took the time to do all the things to be here. So the very least we can do is take a look at your shop, right?
That is much appreciated. Thank you. I will answer questions as I'm able to, as the internet will let me.
Yeah, right. Well, so can I show you something? Something really. Okay. I was sneaking a peek at your store right before the show, and I saw this little soot sprite that you have here. And so I decided that in solidarity with the soot sprite that I would make a tiny little soot sprite ring. So I got these itty bitty little soot sprites from a local vendor here who just does like miniature stuff a few years ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just stick one of those on a ring really fast and we can have solidarity. I thought that was cute. So anyway, I like your soot sprite.
Thank you. They're cute and they come preloaded with catnip.
And preloaded with my cats would like that too. They go crazy for the catnip. Well, so tell us a little bit about your work then.
Well, I do a little bit of a lot of stuff. It's mostly fiber crafts and textile crafts. I do a lot of sewing. My flagship item is something called a pixie skirt, of which I have an example here.
Ooh, yes. Okay, let me make you big so we can see that. There you are.
So
big.
These are 3-layer skirts. This here is my extra small. My sizing is not industry standard because industry standard garment sizing is really stupid.
Yes, I think many people would agree with you on that.
Yeah, and I go all the way up to, this is my 3X. This is a 70-inch waistband. So
lovely.
I make
These are things I need.
Larger people's too.
Well, things I need, more pixie skirts.
Right? I mean, who doesn't need a pixie skirt? I do even have a variation of them that are they're longer, they're closer to ankle length, and they have pockets.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? And they're like really, they're really serious pockets too. Like, I don't mess around.
That is phenomenal.
I don't have like a traditional like wallet sort of. I have like an actual pocketbook, so it's, you know, about yay big, fits in those pockets absolutely without a problem. They're so great.
Cell phones and everything.
Oh yeah, cell phone, pocketbook, pens, keys, random shiny bits that you find out and want to take home with you as you do.
Yes, kitchen sinks, you know, all the things that come in handy.
Absolutely.
And what else have we here today? I see you holding some scale mail.
Yes, so this is one of my knitted dice bags. This is the large size. You can find these in my Etsy store. The skirts, a lot of the ones on the clothing rack back here are not in the Etsy store because I do mostly events like conventions and festivals, and so I am but one person, and so.
Can you, we have a little bit of a freeze up here again, but if you can still hear me, because it seemed like you could hear me last time.
I just kind of have a big backlog of skirts that never managed to make it into the Etsy store.
Is it possible for you to hold the dice bag really close to the camera?
These are all in the Etsy store.
And not, and like rotate it slowly. Your voice is back, but your visual is not.
My visual is still not. Okay.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, wait, there you are. I see you.
Hey. So, bag. You say rotate slowly.
Yes, it takes the camera time to focus, and then there we go. I love it. Those are super
nice
cool.
red and black scales there. I make these in 3 sizes with a couple different bottom styles. Just one second. That's not one of them. There we go. So here is a flat bottom bag. You can see there. By contrast, this is a round bottom bag. So it's got a bit of extra room. Some people like the flat bottoms better than the round bottoms because it gives the bag a bit more structure. But the nice thing about the knitted scale mail as opposed to like the regular chain mail is these are a lot easier on your dice.
They're easier on your dice, meaning they don't scratch them out the way, because chain mail is, yes. Yeah, yes. Yeah, I believe I follow what you're saying.
Yay, technical gremlins.
I know, right? I'm wanting to get to the one where, there we go, where we can look at your store again really fast. So we're coming up on your 10 minutes, but I still wanted to.
No worries.
Wanted to scroll. No, it's okay. I'm sorry about the little technical difficulties there.
It's not your fault. Absolutely not your fault. One
so
quick
I
thing.
love these too. Your gloves that are your scale mail gloves. These are super cute.
Those are a lot of fun.
I need pixie skirts though. That's where it's at.
Well, you know where to come. One thing that I did want to show off real quick before the end of my 10 minutes is in addition to like the softer fiber arts and things, I also do a bit of metalworking.
Okay, 1 second. I'm making you big. There you are. Ooh, so, what is that?
This piece, as well as what I have around my neck, this is the rune hagals. This is metal smithing combined with this is just a sculptured flower that I made and then painted, and a beaded chain that's glass and iolite. And then this has actually been acid etched.
I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, acid etched? No, you can't freeze now.
Textures.
I asked that question and then your voice totally froze. And I was like, no.
Will it cooperate?
Okay,
that is
what
the
is
question.
acid etched? Yes. Now, do you do custom work? So if people need something in a size or something like that, they can just contact your Etsy store and, oh, Count Morbid, you're out there on the peanut gallery. Thank you so much for telling me that acid etched means etched with acid. Yes. Okay. Did you hear my question about custom orders? Oh, man, I really don't want to hang up on you. I don't want to just let you go and be like, okay, goodbye. Oh, I hear you laughing. So,
are we possibly back?
Yes, maybe. Maybe. Here we go. Okay.
Okay.
There you are. Okay.
So, real quick before I run away, there's a hopefully better look at that guy. There's that. In case anyone was wanting another quick look. All right. Thank you so much for this promotional opportunity. I'm very sorry about all the technical issues. Thank you for your patience.
Nope.
And everyone watching,
It
thank you for yours as well.
It is okay. The world is strange these days, so
yes,
we still got a good view of all the things. So have a good afternoon and a happy weekend to you. Stay safe out there. Okay, moving on. We are now, okay, moving on to vendor number 3. The one we just got done looking at was Platfly Studios, like platypus and butterfly, Platfly Studios. You can find them on Etsy. And we will now bring in vendor number 3, which is Spirit, Fire, and Dew. Let me find that. Are you out there? I see you, Kelly. Is it Kelly?
It's Kelly.
Yes. Okay, great. And I'm looking for your, here we go. This is you.
Ooh, thank you.
Oh gosh, I totally forgot to say our last vendor also doing the magic word. You two are doing the magic word as well. The first 3, the first 3 vendors at least doing the magic word. So, which is earthy, everybody watching at home. Okay. Please introduce yourself to us and tell us who you are and what you do and where you're from. I mean, not exactly where you're from, like your address, but you get the gist.
My name is Kelly, and I'm from Seattle. I live in Montlake Terrace, and I do a lot of silver work, fine silver, and I sculpt in polymer clay. I draw and illustrate. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay.
Perfect.
And yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, well, let's, shall we take a look at your store today, or do you have any examples that you want to show off to the camera?
Yeah, I have a few things that aren't on my shop that I thought I'd show up.
Ooh, we get sneak peeks of things. I love sneak peeks.
And let's see, what have I got here? So in the fine silver department, I recently made this Luna moth with a moonstone.
Okay, I'm going to make you big so we can see that.
And it's just a fine silver moth, yeah, and a real moonstone in a fine silver bezel. In polymer clay, I have things like little leaf. Ooh, where's my camera? There it is. Little leaves. They can come in whatever color, and I can add whatever kind of crystal as well to these guys. I do make a lot of fine silver leaves that are made, they're cast from real leaves, usually the blackberries in my backyard, and then I add gems and that sort of thing to them.
Ooh,
so this guy's not in my shop, the green
those aren't in your store? I love blackberries. Like dandelions and blackberries are, and I don't know, it's just a thing. Well, yes, my troll father, as I call him, because sometimes he's very trollish. When we were young, he had blackberries that grew along the back fence, and we would go and gobble them, in the late summer when they became ripe. And so the smell of blackberries in the air. Yeah. And so those aren't in your store, though. Are you going to put them up in your store?
Yeah, I am. Absolutely. Just I need to get good photos. This one, it has a smoky gray. This one is in my store, and a couple of the other leaves are as well, and you can order them custom. So you can choose your gem. You can choose if it's a very large one or if it's a couple of leaves put together or a small one.
Now, might I ask, where did you learn to do this? I mean, this is awesome.
Oh, thank you. It's PMC, which is precious metal clay. So I have been working in polymer clay sculpting since I was a child. I love sculpting, and I started doing jewelry in polymer clay. And then I read in a magazine like 10, 12, 15 years ago, somewhere along there, that you can get silver in clay form. And I was sold. And I had an opportunity a few years after that to be given a couple of packets of it that a friend of mine wasn't using. My mentor in animal rescue, actually, she had a couple extra packs and gave it to me. And I got to experiment with it. And I fell in love. I love PMC. It's amazing to work with.
Silver in clay form. Is that what I heard you say?
Yeah. Basically, you have these minute silver particles that are suspended in a binder and water. So you sculpt and form or layer them on the back of leaves in order to make the blackberries. And then you let it dry so the water evaporates. And then you burn off the binder either in a kiln or with a butane torch, which is how I do it, with a torch because I don't have a kiln. And that gets rid of the binder and it leaves behind 99% fine silver.
Wow. That is amazing. And I am learning so much today about some crafts that I just knew nothing about.
It's awesome. Yeah, the technology is amazing. The shop has.
And so what is this? We have some digital art as well. Art. And so tell me a little bit about this.
Again, the drawing thing, since I was just tiny, knee-high to a grasshopper, I've been drawing. And I've illustrated a couple of picture books, which The Badger and Coyote is one of them. It's up at the top there. And yeah, pen and ink is my favorite. I color digitally, but I've also done, watercolor, acrylic, if you name it, I've done it. But I'm best at pen and ink.
Oh, this is lovely.
Well, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Now, are these things that you're available to commission? Whoops, I kind of went by that one too fast.
Yeah,
come back here.
Commission any animal, wildlife portraiture, whatever. Yeah, I'm not great at people, but if you want an animal drawn or colored, I am there for you.
There for animals. So we have. So this is your main website that I have pulled up here. But if I'm not mistaken, do you also have an Etsy store?
I used to.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, but you are also doing for Schurz our magic word of the week, which is earthy. So for those of you at home who haven't heard yet, if you order within the next week from Spirit, Fire, and Dew, is it Kelly? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, just Kelly.
Oh, okay. If you order from her within the next week, and you use the word earthy in the comment, checkout, or someplace, I don't know, send her, let her know. That way she knows you came from here. You will get a surprise bonus gift with your purchase.
Is it a surprise or can I show people what they get?
You can actually show them if you want to.
These little roses, they are polymer clay. Oh no, where's the camera? There it is. Polymer clay.
Oh yeah.
Roses. And you can pick your color.
Oh wow, that's a pretty cool gift.
I sell those in the shop, but I thought, they'd make little prizes.
Yeah. A good way to get a little extra bonus for sure. So, did you have any last things you wanted to say before we move on and bid one another farewell?
No, I'm trying to see if there's anything here to show, but just polymer clay and silver. I guess there's nothing else. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for coming on, and I love your work, and yeah, it's wonderful. So.
And yeah, just contact me if you ever want something custom, because I can work with you.
Okay, that sounds perfect. And wow, well, the sun came out here finally this evening. So since we are in the same, very close to one another geographically, go at least sit in a window with some sunlight. Well, assuming you're a sun person. I mean, you might actually be, so I know dark dwellers, so it's okay, right? But if you like it. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for
You too.
joining
Take
us.
care. Thank you. Bye.
All right. That was amazing. I did not even know all of those things about silver, and I definitely didn't know that you could get silver clay, I guess. So let's see. Our next vendor I don't see in the no, I don't. I see a couple other vendors, but I don't see, well, I don't see our next vendor actually in the queue. And sometimes that sadly happens, which I very much apologize for. When that happens, I usually like to take, because that gives us like a 10-minute break. And so I usually like to take the little break and do some one-card draws, oracle card draws for people. So if you are out there watching from home, I do apologize for that. Yeah, we were supposed to be hearing from Feather in Your Cap, and I am not seeing them. So one card draws it is, and should they appear, then I will bring them in. I have fairy blessing cards today and flower petal cards, but the fairy blessing cards I don't think I've done. That's these. And so if you would like your one card draw, okay.
I was just saying.
Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, my troll came and gave me a message. If you would like a one card draw, you just have to put your name and the word draw into the comments, because if you're watching from Facebook, I may or may not be able to see your name. You have to give Facebook permissions for that. But let's see. Oh dear. I am going to try to solve one of these issues here if I can. But I am watching the comments, and if you would like your one card fairy blessing draw for today, I will just do that while we are filling in a little bit of extra time waiting for a vendor. This is not what I wanted. I didn't want to share screen. There we go. Okay. Oh, yes, Jessica. All right. I see you out there. Thank you. You are #1 this afternoon. These are beautiful cards, by the way, too. The artist on this particular deck is actually Amy Brown, and Amy Brown is pretty cool. She is local to where I'm at, so I have met her several times at various fairy and other fun fantasy events. So I'm gonna. These are large cards, as you can see. I can barely get my hand all the way around that. So I will do my best to shuffle. Yes. Okay. Give me 1 second. Yes, I'm going. Here. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. I had to go do one really quick thing there that involved using hands and all of this technology, which sometimes I get along with and sometimes I don't, which I think is probably everybody's
fighting with it today.
situation. Yeah, I know. We've had a number of people fighting with the technology today. Where is a techno babble leprechaun when you need one?
You got tech support full instead. Right?
Tech support, yes. Troll tech support instead. Yes, you are offsetting the internet imps. Okay, here we go. One card draw. Jessica, your card today is a blessing to undo an unfortunate something. I would say crisis, but it's missing 2 letters to be crisis, and I can't read that word. maybe it's just Chris, an unfortunate Chris. Here, I'll show it to you. And I will look it up and read it. The art on these is just so beautiful. And there's what the bottom says. I'm trying to get it. An unfortunate Chris. So the number on that is 15. Yikes! We'll put your card right here for you. And we shall just look it up right here. Here we are. The fairy gift to help you work through difficult life patterns. This blessing will help you undo the impact of an unfortunate pattern within your life. It is Chris. Gaius. It's Gaius. That's the word. How did I not even see that? I thought that was a C and not a G. Okay. Gaius is what the Celts believed we were born with, a theme or story that would be told over and over in our lives, gifted to us by the goddess, often seen as a curse rather than a blessing. So when we have these patterns, these raveled up bits of our lives that we seem to get caught up in and tangled within like a web, we keep getting pulled back into. The fairy can help us unravel it and come to a kind of peace with it. It says, you will, with the blessing of the fairies and your own courage and spirit, make it through to the other side, which is understanding. I'll show you what that looks like in the book too. The book is black and white, but it's still got all the nice fonts and illustrations and good large descriptions. So now I know I saw another one come through there. Uh-oh, I see our next vendor that's supposed to be after the one that we're missing. But I did see one more card come through here, and I wanted to, Mindy, I believe that was you. And Mindy, let me draw a card for you really fast. And then we will bring in Stormy, because I see her down there. She's technically next in line. So hi, Stormy, I see you down there. I'm doing a real quick draw. I know you can see me even though people at home can't see you. So then Mindy, this card is for you. And give it I just like to do the 3 times shuffle. That should be a dance, right? The 3 times shuffle. These cards are actually, one of the things I like about them is they're matte, so they don't stick to each other. And as you can see from me doing this, they're actually relatively bendy, which makes shuffling a very big deck much easier. This one is A Blessing of Time is your card today, Mindy. Here you go. A Blessing of Time. And then I will go ahead and just set this here. Where is my thing? For you. And that was number 29. So let's look that up and give you a little bit more elaborative read. Number 29. The fairy gift of expensive time, sufficient to do all that is needed, full enough to experience all joy. For fairy beings, what is time? It doesn't actually say that, but it does say for fairy beings. For fairy beings and for all of us, in truth, time moves in cycles and patterns that are inherent in nature and the cosmos. When you receive the gift of fairy time, you too will slow down and yet be able to do more and easily, for the stress of the human clock hours will fall away. Whoo-wee! I must have lost my human clock years and years ago. You will find the time to care for your own self, to share time with friends, to celebrate and to love. And all that has troubled you and pressured you will come more easily to you now. With this gift, when used well, you can complete beloved projects, spend your days doing what you love, and have nights filled with company and love and peaceful solitude and rest. I like that. That is a lovely card. It actually was making me think of one of our vendors from the last show, which was Storm Art Glass. And he makes these itty bitty hand-blown hourglasses that are necklaces. and they're absolutely adorable. And I really kind of super want one. I like hourglasses. Isn't it strange that I like hourglasses when my affinity with time leaves something to be desired? Okay, so I see you down there, Stormy, and I am going to bring you in. Yay! Hi, my beautiful fairy.
How are you?
I am doing all right. It looks like you're in the sunshine this afternoon.
It is nice and bright out.
Well, how is everything going where you are?
Super good. Just getting ready to move. We're almost done finally. And I just did my launch yesterday. I'm launching more product tonight as well that I wanted to show you guys.
Well, I am really excited, and you have been here before, so you're somewhat familiar with how things run on the show. And I am looking forward to seeing what some of this new product is. So I will just hand it over to you and let you run with the ball here. If you do want, I also have your Instagram pulled up, and we can look at that if you decide that you would like us to go take a look at that as well. So let's see what you got. I'm making you big.
All right. I kind of showed you guys some of this stuff last time, but now it's actually 100% finished. So I have my completed galaxy jars. The Fae helped me collect some nebulas, and each star I hand placed in the jar. You have to be very careful not to explode them. They're very delicate, even though they are giant gas balls of flames and fire. You got to be very careful. So I have 3 that are up in the store right now. And then, so these are the 3. Oh.
And so do these galaxy jars, do the galaxies have names that you know of, or are they waiting to be named by their new owners?
I think I'd like to let the owners name them so they can get a feel for it. They'll be the one that it attunes to, so it'll probably let them know what its name is.
I think that sounds perfect. These are beautiful jars. How long does it take you to do these guys?
Hours and hours.
What are you shaking?
This is.
Oh, wait, sorry. Finish your sentence. I'm so sorry.
It just takes a while because there's a lot of process and steps, letting things dry, coming back, finishing it. And then these ones are my fairy calm down jar potions. You just stressed out, shake them, and just kind of focus on the dust, on the fairy dust, and just let your stress melt away.
Is that a butterfly that's inside of there?
There's a bunch of butterflies in this one.
Oh, I like that.
And then I have different colors. They're not up in the shop yet. I have the pink one up now. Next will be blue. And then I have these mini ones that you can put like on your backpack or something. Take them with you. So if you're somebody who has anxiety outside of the house, especially right now, take a moment to yourself, step away from the crowd, and just remember to breathe.
That's funny. I was thinking exactly that word. Just breathe.
These are also there's mini nebulas too.
I love them. And actually, thanks for holding your hand up like that. And it also gives kind of a sense. What? Is that a fairy door?
Yes, I have a whole bunch of these. This is the first one I've made so far, but I'm going to be having more colors coming to the vault soon.
I love it.
Like that one.
Yeah, you know me too well, my lady. I do like that one.
The pink one for you.
Oh man, wait! You got to bring those back and show them. You cannot take them away from the camera so fast. Okay. I love it, and all of its little mushrooms. Should it come with a warning? Do not lick.
Yeah, probably not. I'd be careful. Unless you're a toxic fairy. I do have a friend who's actually a fairy of decay, so she would enjoy it.
Oh dear. So I had him bring it out because he was so pleased with his gift, so he brought it so I could show. This was Eye on the Leprechaun's birthday gift. So I thought I would just go ahead and show that too.
Yay.
Oh,
that one was my hand-painted one. I have 2 left. I have a green one, and I'm about to post the blue one.
Well, what are the others if they're not hand-painted?
Those ones are hand painted. These ones are actually inside with liquid and stuff. It's actually inside of it. It's full of. You can't open it. You don't want to open it if you can't handle.
Does that mean that it moves, like it moves around slowly in there, or is it dry?
It's pretty. It's I sealed it so it kind of stays as it is. I let it soak up some of the water until it starts, so then and then I top it off before I close them and seal them shut. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I know it's hard to tell kind of what they are unless you're in person. They're a lot more stunning in person.
No, they're actually pretty stunning altogether, I think, anyway. So
I like the top. The top's my favorite.
Yeah, the tops are actually really nice. I was gonna say, did you want to take a look at your Instagram really quick?
Yes, go ahead. You can pull up my Instagram. I have some new stuff on there, and then there's stuff on my Etsy now. Finally, was able to get some stuff on there yesterday, and I'll be getting some more stuff on there tonight, and probably next weekend I'll do another launch of products.
So here we go. We've got your Instagram pulled up. Oh yeah, look at this.
You can see a bunch of them.
I know. Can I make this big? Yeah. Oh, look at that. And all of those are going up in your Etsy store?
Yep. They're getting up there slowly.
I see Ions. I see Ions way in the background back there.
Yeah, there it is.
So is this kind of a work in progress?
Go. Yeah, so you can kind of see how they look before they're completely finished.
Oh yeah, and this is actually kind of like the way they would do sand sculpting, you know, where they make vistas.
Yeah, it's a similar progress. That would make sense.
Now I understand. I think how it is that's how it is that you're filming. Yes. Yeah. Yes. And then look at all your fairy friends. What?
Yes. I know the one on the left, she's going to be doing those flower crowns coming in May. She's going to be making some flower crowns to put up in the store.
What?
Yes. She made that. She's so talented.
Yeah,
and that's my mermaid friend there on the right. I do have some of her products. She makes a lot of like seashell hair pieces and all sorts, and like mermaid stuff and accessories. So all my
Is that also in your store?
Or not her, the piece she's wearing, that's her personal one, but I do have a few of her mermaid hair clips she's made. They're seashells. They got Swarovski crystals on them, and then some seaweed that comes out like this, and they're really pretty. And they're actually made by a mermaid. She legit has a tail and goes swimming in the ocean. There are pictures.
There are pictures. It is real.
Mm-hmm. There's my fairy friends. There's my little frolic of fairies. There's a bunch more, but that was just a couple that were there that day.
I'm curious where you guys are.
That was going to be for Pirate Fest in April, but unfortunately getting pushed back to next year.
Well, at least in the interim, here we have you, and it gives you time to flesh out and go through all of the amazing items that are in the vault, right?
Yeah, exactly, and just build more product and stuff.
Well, my darling fairy, now you two are participating in the magic word. So if people order from you within the next week and they use the magic word, which is earthy, because it's Earth Day on Wednesday, then they will get a surprise bonus from you, which I can vouch for. You send awesome surprise bonuses. And also, we will see you again on Tuesday for Spill the Tea.
Yes, you will. I'll be there.
Yay! And I'm very excited about that because I always have such a good time when you're around.
It was really fun. I really liked it.
You and your winged bun bun.
I know. He's so cute. He was trying to fly on the table the other night. I was like, get down.
He has learned that he has new superpower bunny jump powers.
He does. He's like, oh, wow, I could actually jump pretty high. I'm like, yeah, you're like a flea.
All right, I shall let you go, and I will be bringing in our next vendor here. Thank you again for joining us, and have a good rest of your evening.
Thanks for having me. See you later.
Bye. All right. So that was Stormy the Fairy with Vault of Fae, and you can find her on Etsy. She is participating in the Magic Word, and the Magic Word is earthy. Our next vendor is Rencycledesigns. Do I see you down there? I do. Yay.
Hi.
Hi. Oh, my goodness, Valerie, you look unexpectedly different. No.
No, I'm representing Rencycledesigns.
Yes, I did get the heads up that was going to be the case. So I just was trying to be funny. I don't know. Sometimes I think I'm funny, but it doesn't come off that way. You are all done up today. I love this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, please introduce yourself and tell us once again who you are and who you're representing, and show us the goods.
So I am Cass Manir. I am Howlite today. Howlite the Fairy, black and white fairy, and I'm representing Rencycledesigns, which is my mother's costume shop, or one of them, that does upcycled Renaissance Festival costumes. And so we upcycle everything, and that helps kind of keep the costs down. We also do flower crowns, flower combs, everything of the like, pants, shirts, cloaks, hats, hooded capelets, chemises, skirts, sashes, men, women, and children. Got my handy notes right here. We also do like bags. I have some of the upcycled bags that we have here. They're just easy drawstring bags in different sizes, even like dice bag. If anybody plays D&D, you can get one of these as like a nice dice bag. They're
I don't know anybody that does that.
No, I don't have all of the books sitting in my corner over there. And
that's a lot of books.
Yeah, it is. But we brought a lot of our flower crowns out to show you today. I brought one of my favorite flower crowns that I have for my characters out today, that we upcycle from silk flowers and things like that. And we have different styles. We have, here's some of the combs. You can see all the crowns right there. But here's a comb, kind of a nice like Halloween comb. It's got a little spider right in the middle there, if you can see him. I don't know that you can see.
Yeah, can we see the back of it also?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Goes right on in.
And here's kind of like another Halloween themed one. We did a few Halloween themed crowns and combs. And I brought out, here's another different style, and then I'll kind of show more of the general style of crowns that we do. But here's one of my first ones. It is a satyr.
Closer. Yep. Oh, whoa!
It's got horns in it.
Built right onto it.
But
I love that.
I will say this one is like 4 years old. I'll take this one off real quick. This one's like 4 years old, and I've thrown it around a bunch, and it used to have a lot more like grapes on it. You can see like the grapes.
But it looks pretty good for being thrown around a bunch and 4 years old. That is a testimony to its durability. I love that.
So it just goes on, and there we go. Is that straight? That looks good. Yeah. And so
it does look good.
You can be a satyr. We've made a bunch of these. We have some, I don't know if we have them with us today. There might be pictures on like Facebook. I don't know if she gave you the link to that or to the Etsy.
I have one of your things pulled up here, and yes, we can look at it. Yes, it is the Rencycledesign Etsy. Let's share it really fast. Sure. I was going to ask really quick. What are the horns on the one that you were just the satyr one? What are those made out of, if I may?
They are just like not cellophane. What am I trying to say? Just a soft material. It's not like a hard plastic. It's just a soft kind of foam material. We spray them, we waterproof them, and then spray them with an acrylic to give them kind of a harder feel and to kind of protect them to the elements. But we also do have other horned crowns, but they have kind of the more like stick up, kind of almost like devil horns almost, and they're pretty awesome. Those are some of my favorite. But yeah,
so
we
here
do.
is your.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was just saying here we're checking out the Etsy store here with oh man, so many.
And we do Day of the Dead
Oh,
style.
here's the devil horns.
Yeah, click on that one, the red one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, pull that one up. We do Day of the Dead style wreaths as well, where you kind of wear them more on top and they are up rather than forward like mine. Is there a Day of the Dead? Is that a Day of the Dead one? Hold on.
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
So this is.
Yeah, like
this is
one.
it. Here we go. And let's see.
Yeah, there you go.
I got the red ones up.
And that's
and then you have one that you're gonna show.
Sure.
Let's see that.
Those are the kind of devil horn, and those are made of a harder plastic. And then yeah, the Day of the Dead fits more like that. Where it's
yeah.
Rather than like this, you can wear it like that, or you can wear it like this. Either way, they come with ties. They tie in the back.
I was just going to ask that question actually. How do they attach to the head, etc.? Do all of them do this?
No. So these ones, this one was made on a full circle for me, the horned ones. So that doesn't have any ties back here. It's just a full circle.
But it's like wire.
It is wire.
Is that it? So you can size it, right? It's like you would like kind of pinch it to size it. That's how I've seen them in the past anyway. I don't. Okay.
Yeah, so we do that and size them, and then everything, most of the other ones do tie in back. We just like, because with fairies, we like kind of flowy things. And so like I'll wear mine, but I'll wear mine with a bunch of the ribbons kind of over my shoulder as like an accented almost jewelry piece, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do. And I'm curious, what made you choose black and white for your theme there?
So,
if it's okay to ask.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So as I said in the email the other day, I'm a director for the fairy group out at the Renaissance Festival. And my first year I did, along with my co-director, a show, and we called our fairies the Fairies of the Rainbow Realm. And so we had...
And which fair was this?
Kansas City Renaissance Festival.
Kansas City, okay.
Yes. So we did the Fairies of the Rainbow Realm, and it was... I wanted the fairies to be a lot more bright and colorful, and so I personally picked black and white for myself, because I was like, well, I'm the director, I'll kind of pick the dingier colors. I'm also, I think I was the only guy, and a lot of children don't really come up to the guy fairies and talk to them often. So I was like, I'll pick this color. And everyone else, we had a character per primary color, and then we had almost all of the pastel versions of the primary colors as well. I wish we had a picture of that, but
that is a lot of fairies.
It is, yeah. So we had red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Did we have? I don't think we had a light pink, but we had light green, light yellow, light blue, and light purple.
Oh my gosh! I wish I could have seen a picture like that. Let's see. I
can send that to you later.
Oh no! I mean, it just sounds like an amazing array of awesome fairies.
It was pretty great.
I was talking to, who was I talking to? Oh yes, the Courtesan and the Cabin Boy, our performers from yesterday. I was saying that I wish I could just do a circuit and go to all the different fairy courts, travel around in my snailer. That would be very cool to come visit you and your rainbow fairies of the rainbow realm. Rainbow
realm, yes.
Got it.
We have a new group this year that we're doing. The Charm of the Woodlands. It's the fairy troupe that we did last year. Oh yeah, here's some of the hats. We do the pancake hats and pirate shirts and things like that. But yeah, we have a new fairy troupe this year, and that's the one that we're going to try and take into the future years as well. And kind of
I was just thinking these are really great prices for these vests too.
Yeah.
And I see sometimes it's hard to find guy garb, if you will.
Mhm.
So, and
totally
big and
get
tall
it.
too.
Yeah, no, we do. We upcycle everything, which is why the prices are what they are. We keep them as low as we possibly can because, I mean, not everyone has $90 to spend on a pirate vest. Not everyone has $150 to spend on a cloak. So we try to upcycle what we can, and we do look for things that we can get in, like, I think we've costumed people in like 5X range, and we can do it. And we can do it for a similar price as somebody like my size. It's not a big price difference, if any, but it's all upcycled. And oh yeah, we do wrap pants. That was one of the first items that we got into. And there's actually Howlight's pants right there at the bottom, the black and white
I
one.
am trying to. What are wrap pants?
So wrap pants are pants that wrap. I would.
Wrap pants are pants that when you put them on, you dance.
Well, you're not wrong. So
Sorry,
essentially what they are, it's one piece of fabric, and it has ties on both sides. So it has kind of a U shape in where, pardon my French, the crotch of the pant. You would pull that up between your legs, and it has a tie in the front and two ties in the front and two ties in the back. So you tie like the front half to your body behind you, and then the back half to the front of your body. And so that closes everything, but it keeps it open at the sides. And then you can do what I normally do, which is you can tie it at the ankle and on just the excess pant fabric. You can tie that together at the ankle. I normally do like the knee because I wear higher boots. And so you can tie the excess fabric at the knee, at the ankle, and they kind of billow and balloon. So they're kind of like a pirate-esque look. I wear them for a lot of the pirate costumes that I do, and I wear them for fairy costumes because they're easy to put on, they're easy to take off. It's not difficult to go to the bathroom in them, and
well, aren't you lucky?
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, I envy your ease at using the biffies. So, all right. Well, we have come up or just a little bit over our time, but I think that's okay. Thank you so much for sharing the awesome flower crowns. And I'm too many flower crowns today. I need to go on a flower crown shopping spree. So as you
have
can
a lot
see,
of them. They're all one of a kind too. We don't like manufacture the same one over and over again. We just make one of a kind wreaths. I did want to mention, I believe that everything on Etsy is free shipping right now. We've changed everything.
Everything on what they did?
I believe so. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure everything on Etsy is free shipping.
You mean your Etsy?
My Etsy, yes.
Well, and I forgot.
Rencycledesigns Etsy, yes.
Yes, I was like, wow, Etsy totally covered the shipping costs for every person ever. Wow, that's amazing.
Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
I know. I have a few things to buy then.
And you guys are also doing the magic word, though. I just wanted to get in there really quick as well. So if you are looking to purchase anything within the next week from Rencycledesigns, their information is in the low bar, and also use the magic word earthy. In celebration of Earth Day coming up this Wednesday, use the magic word earthy and you will receive a special surprise bonus with your purchase. So I shall bid you good evening and thank you again for being here. And I always love how you present. And also I'm sort of envious of your mic. Actually, it's
oh yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good evening.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Okay. No, I did get you, right?
Nope, I think I'm still on.
Oh, there you are. Okay. I must have hit the wrong button or something. Let's see. So, Designs by Brenda, you are our next vendor, and welcome to the show. Hello, my lady. Can you hear me? I see you.
Thank you. Hi.
Yeah, there you are. Hi.
I can.
So
yes.
welcome back.
I can't see you anymore, though.
Okay.
I can't see you.
It sounds like we might have a little lag. It sounds like we might have a little lag.
Yay,
You
there
can't
we
see
are.
me.
I wanted to let you know my internet's being spotty, not as bad as last time, but if it goes out, give me a minute and it'll come back.
Okay, that is perfectly
I can see you
fine.
now.
And I will also try to give some pauses after speaking. That way we're not having a weird time lag talking over one another. But please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, and let's see a little bit of what you've brought to show us today.
All right. My name is Brenda. My company is Designs by Brenda, handcrafted Celtic jewelry. And you can find me on Facebook under that whole name, Designs by Brenda, handcrafted Celtic jewelry. I was going to do the SoCal Ren Fair this year, and that didn't turn out. But I have been doing Scottish festivals, Irish festivals, and Celtic festivals for the last 15 years. Hence the Celtic jewelry. That's what I started with, but I have since gone into many other styles and designs. And I brought several of those here today to show you and just give you an idea of what I do. I do fine chainmail, which is in sterling silver and gold filled, which is not as expensive as the solid gold. And the chainmail jewelry is, I have quite a few different styles. I'll show you. This is a pair of earrings. I had these on last week. If you got to see any of that show, let's see if I can get it focused here. There you go. There we go. So those are my inversion earrings. And this is a style, I'll just show you one here.
Oh, those are nice and delicate.
Yeah, this is actually made out of the same pattern that is used to make chainmail, armor. It's the European 4-in-1 pattern. Let's see, and there is, we have, oops, I do have both of them here.
Other direction, there you go.
That's why I was just showing you one because they tend to hang sideways.
What does that mean, 4-in-1? Why is it called 4-in-1?
It's the pattern that you're actually weaving. You're weaving 4 rings at a time onto a ring in the center. It's hard to tell on this one, but there's a center ring there that you add 4 rings to initially to get the thing started. And it's a very basic chainmail pattern. Like I said, they make the shirt mails and the head mails out of those as well. So it's one of the first patterns you usually learn when you start making chainmail.
And how long have you been making chainmail?
I've been making chainmail, I'd say, for 10 years out of the 15. This is another one that is made using the European 4-in-1 pattern.
That looks like gold and silver together.
It's actually silver. It's all silver with black pearls. Let's see if I can spread that apart a little bit.
Oh, there we go. It was just the lighting.
Yeah.
I love that. That's beautiful.
This is
I like
also
those pearls.
the European. Oh, great. Thank you. This is also the same European 4-in-1 pattern. And that comes with a set of earrings as well on my little logo cards. And one thing I wanted to mention too, on all of my necklaces, since so many people are in the plus size range now, including myself, I make sure that all of my necklaces are at least 18 inches long and a lot of times adjustable to 20 inches. And I carry extenders. And if you order from me, if you need a larger size necklace, just let me know and I will extend the one that I'm sending to you. So we can cover everybody.
That is a good bonus. Yeah, right?
Yes, because one size does not fit all.
That is true. And I mean, I even have that issue. And I mean, I'm somewhere in the mid-range of sizes, right? I'm not tiny, but I don't think I really cross over into plus sizes. But even I still run into that problem all the time, actually, where I'll buy something that I thought was supposed to be a necklace, but it turns out to be more like a choker.
Exactly.
So
yeah, and I have never liked anything against my throat. I just find that very uncomfortable. So I can sympathize with people on that as well.
So here we are. I'm kind of looking at your store a little bit while we talk. Did you have more things you wanted to show us, or?
Yes, I do. I do.
All right, let's see them. I'm gonna make you big again.
Okay. This is a piece. This is Ammonite fossil, similar to the one I had on last week. This is a ammonite is the actual critter we're talking about, and as it decomposes, it opalizes and becomes ammonite gem. And this one is in sterling silver with a round link sterling silver chain. And one of the things I do when I'm using flat silver sheet is I always texturize it with fabric. Fabric is my other thing. I actually am a pattern maker in the fashion industry. And so I used lace. I used lace on this piece, and it gives it a kind of a snake skin effect. I call it dragon skin, but that's kind of my signature. So this is an ammonite fossil piece, and ammonite is very rare. It's only mined in Canada. And
how do you mine a dead bug? Is it a bug?
These bugs are about a yard across. Imagine a snail, but a yard across. So they're huge. And I saw a piece in an auction catalog that was the starting bid on it was $50,000 for the entire critter. Yeah. So they're very expensive gems if you can get them. And let's see, I wanted to show you. This is the piece I had on last week.
Beautiful.
This is one that's more in the,
I can see it so much better though this week.
Yeah, I added a fill light.
Super cool.
So that's my personal one. And as well as that, I love gemstones, and that was the difference that I wanted when I started my jewelry business. Is Celtic jewelry tends to be sterling silver, just plain. And I wanted to do things with color. I'm a certified color analyst. I love color. I love bright, sparkly things.
What is a certified color analyst, out of curiosity? Oh, and that's a crystal. Show me the crystal. Show me the
This is amethyst. Which
I like its shape and everything. So can I ask a question about that really quick? About actually all of these that you've just shown us. Do you put that silver on the outside of the crystal / the ameliorite?
Yes, this one has a, let's see if I can get it, you can see it here on the side. It's a bezel set.
There we go.
It's bezel set. And then, yes, and I solder everything together, and I do all the soldering work. And the edges here, we call them lettuce edged, and this is actually melted. I just put the flame directly on the side there very quickly. It's very, very hot, and just melt it until I get it to a shape I like. So, and then this bezel edge is soldered on.
I love the shape of that amethyst one being that cool V.
The chevron.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, a chevron. I'm over here, very unsophisticated, calling it a V.
And this is only $57. This piece, and this is all sterling silver with a with this amethyst druzy in here.
That is a great.
Pretty. I'm a February baby.
Well, there you go.
I got
That's
very
your
lucky
color.
with these stones.
Well,
And
we
here
have
I have
definitely gone a
two
couple
that are
of minutes
similar.
over our time. Actually, we are 15 minutes in. So yeah, let's. So I do have to bid you adieu. I'm so glad though that actually we were able to really get a much better look at your work today. With technical difficulties overcome. So
Yes. Yay.
yeah, no, thank you for coming back on. Your work is absolutely stunning. So,
Thank you.
and Designs by Brenda. The really long Designs by Brenda on Facebook, and then also your own website, and all of that information is in the ticker and in the low bar below. So,
Hello.
okay, I will. Yes. Well, have a good evening, and you are on my time, so you still have a bit of your evening left. Afternoon. So
and
thank you so much.
I am using the
Yes.
magic word too.
Oh, you are?
I am
Okay.
doing the magic
Then-
word as well.
Okay. Yes. So then what that means is if you folks at home are to purchase within the next week from Miss Brenda here, the magic word is earthy, and you will get a surprise bonus with your purchase that comes. And that is, yay, that is our little gift to you for shopping Handmade. So thank you so much. All right, moving on. We are a little bit behind the time, so thank you so much. I do see our next vendor out there, Raven. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi. It is going well. Thank you. We kind of have been getting a little carried away with our with ourselves.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know. The times, they're more like guidelines, right?
Right.
Okay, so please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you're from and what you do and your craft.
Sure. So my name is Raven. I use they, them pronouns. I'm a Kalderash Romani person. I have been doing fairs, pagan festivals, things of that nature in person for about 5 years. My website is not up to where I'd like to be because I just switched to online about 3 months ago, right before all of this COVID-19 stuff hit. So I've been doing handcrafts, sewing garments, crocheting, knitting, stone wrapping, things of that nature for quite some time. Tarot bags, necklaces, jewelry. I do a lot of traditional Romani embroidery, as well as like things of this nature, which are Appalachian, folklore style. This is not a dream catcher. Dream catcher is a part of Native American closed cultures. It's not a dream catcher. It is a spirit catcher. Be happy to go into more detail later if you'd like. But yeah, been doing fairs, Pagan Pride. I did in Vegas a couple of times. I did two nocturnal carnivals in Vegas, and I did street performing on the Vegas Strip on Fremont Street, and I did the Las Vegas Renaissance Fair for I think 3 or 4 years. It's a little hard to remember.
Well, you did the Age of Chivalry last year and the year before. I've been there for the last 3 years now, 2 years.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great fair.
You and I were in the same realm and didn't even know it.
Nope, no idea. I never leave my booth. We're there. We never leave our booth.
That was actually the case for me this last year for sure. I got out of the Enchanted Forest once.
We were in the Enchanted Forest. No, we were with Havencraft in the Enchanted Forest.
Oh. Well, I don't know how I missed you, except for that perhaps I had my fairy glamour up, and so.
We're usually with my cousin's nonprofit, Havencraft. We're usually with them, and I'm usually just sort of I do the stone wrapping live for them at the Vegas Fair, and I would usually have my stuff hung up in their little alcove. But we were on the corner, like right by the mermaid, right where the mermaid is.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Right there. We have the Bardo. The Bardo is ours. The big purple Bardo. The wagon.
I am curious. I'm gonna swing our conversation around a little bit to that piece of work you have behind you that is not the dream catcher but the spirit catcher. And I don't know what you mean by spirit catcher, and I would love it if you were to elaborate.
Absolutely. So Dreamcatcher specifically they are used in Native American traditions. I was raised by my grandfather, who is Salagi, also known as Cherokee, which is actually an exonym. But they don't have the spiders. The spirit catchers don't have the spiders. They just have the webbing, and then the dangles are usually done quite differently in the Appalachian tradition. I actually did also learn this from my cousin. And I usually paint the hoops, but this one was for my house, so I got lazy with it. But they don't have the spiders. I don't know if you can see like how well you can see the webbing.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah.
I can with your hand behind it like that for sure.
So they don't have the spider at all, and they are it's more open culture. The Appalachian traditions are a more open culture. There are a lot of traditions and cultures up in that area, like just all through the Appalachians and the Rockies. So it's an open style rather than a closed. So they do basically the same thing, whereas so Dreamcatcher traditionally catches dreams and negative spirits that affect you like in the nighttime. This one's kind of just, we hang it in our doorway. So as people like come through or whatnot, oh hi kitty. As people come through and whatnot, those kinds of things are caught. And you just put it in sunlight, to cleanse it, or salt water, or whatever your preferred smoke, whatever your preferred cleansing, method is. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I can see it here on your. I'm looking at a picture of it on your Etsy. At least I think I'm sharing your Etsy. Okay, I am.
Yeah. It's not my. It's not very. It's not put together yet. I just switched. I'm just trying to transition to the online, and it is not my forte. But
that is okay. I think that a huge portion of our general crowd of people are suddenly finding themselves quite displaced with everything that's going on, and normally they sell, live, right? So
exactly.
I love this fairy star that you have here. It looks like a fairy star. Oh wait, you call it a witch's ladder, though.
Yeah, it is the fairy star, and it's a witch's ladder. Which is used in the Celtic part of my family, the Celtic tradition that I use. There's usually like 7 to 9 pieces, and they're all just wrapped stones because I just really like stonework. And they do really similar things to a spirit catcher, I guess. Like this one in particular I made for grounding, but I could do it for anything. I made this one for my personal use. But that's a fairy star.
Yeah, no problem. Did you bring anything else to show us today? Do you have, shall I take it off here? Let's see what you've got over there.
I've got everything. So I brought a couple more wrap stones just so you can see real quick. I'm just going to run them by.
Okay, well, very slow because cameras take time to focus. So, yeah.
So just so you can see a couple of the different shapes and sizes and ways that they can be wrapped. The rough ones can be wrapped halfway or full. Smooth ones, they kind of have to be full, unfortunately, but that's just how to hold them. Just got some more tarot bags. I've got all different colors, sizes, styles. Recently, I tried to put the masks up, but Etsy's been doing the attitude. I just did some cloth masks. They're just silk. They're silk and linen, 2 or 3 layers, depending on how much, what you're interested in. And some of them are embroidered with Romani wheel.
Oh, nice.
Because I put my flag on
Romani wheel.
So I'm Romani, and we are often known as the exonym Gypsy, but that's actually a racial slur for our people. I put our flag on everything. It's actually on my coat right here as well. I brought my wedding outfit because of who I am as a person. It has a lot of the embroidery that I do on it. I don't know if you can see her, how well you can see her, but I got my little scarab.
Oh, yes.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got her flag. I don't know where her flag is. Where's it? Oh, yeah, it's right here. So Romani flag is a red wheel. Where's the camera? A red wheel, and then it's half blue on the top and half green on the bottom for the sky and the land. So I just have to put the wheel on everything because I'm that guy. I'm that guy that does that.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I am learning much about the culture today.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, I brought my. I actually have this garment I made entirely. It's not made for her. It's made for me, which is why it's a little loose and awkward on her. This is the coat I got married in. It has very deep pockets. It's styled after like an assassin style coat. I've got embroidery.
Oh, yes, okay.
The hood is removable and comes down over my eyes quite well. It just doesn't fit her very well because she's a mannequin and she's quite skinny.
Well, yes.
And I also
unrealistically skinny.
yeah. Well, she's an antique that a friend got for me. she is like 1920 style, so she's got that teeny. I can literally do this around her waist, and I can do that around my one ankle maybe.
Right.
But I painted her. She's an excellent display model. I just painted her for what I thought was for my friend's burlesque troupe, and turned out we just ended up using her at fairs. So she's feeling like a skeleton under here, which is appropriate for the But you know.
So now, if people want to find you, they
Yes.
will find you at your Etsy. Which is better, your regular or your Etsy? Because I see you've got.
Yes, so I own the domain. If you type in muchadoabouttthenothing.com, it'll just go to my Etsy because I don't have the website separately yet. So it's just a link. You can also find me at facebook.com/statue Ravenna, which I wrote up on this chalkboard, but I don't think you can actually see it from here. So here is my business card. I'll just
hold it real still and give the camera a second to focus. Yeah, back it up a little bit. Oh, there, I see it. Facebook.com, and then it's Statue Ravenna.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
and do you take custom orders?
Yes, I do. I absolutely do. Most of my stuff is custom. In fact, I made my coat for my wedding, and my wife, he is here as well with his gown. If you want to see that, I do wedding gowns, that's not posted on Etsy yet. That one is very personal. But yeah, anybody that wants
No, go ahead. Anybody that wants to.
Just anybody that wants a custom made garment or has anything specific in mind. I have done garments from head to toe, vests, hand warmers, dresses, gowns, skirts. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we are coming up on our time here, so I will let you go for the evening. Thank you so much for sharing all of that with us, and I look forward to seeing you in Las Vegas this year.
Yeah, so I actually won't be there this year.
Hunt you down.
Yeah, I won't be there this year, unfortunately. I'm in New Orleans this year. But also I am doing the magic word. I think I sent you an email, but I sent it quite late. My magic word for the week is wheel, like circle.
Actually, the magic word is the same. We do the same for all of the vendors for the week.
Sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So it's earthy. That's
gotcha.
just yes. So
absolutely.
People, because it's Earth Day on Wednesday. That's
really? Wow.
Yes. So I thought that would be easy to remember. So.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. Moving on. There you are. Hi. Thank you so much for your patience.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Yeah, we've had a couple little minutes tacked on to everybody, and that's it pushed us back, I think, about a whole 10 minutes at this point. So, Astral Chrysalis. So, I'm looking for your banners so I can pull them up. Everybody can say hello to you. And please tell us who you are and where you're from and what you do. A little bit about yourself and your business.
I'm Azalyn.
I'm Aurelius.
And we are located in Grass Valley, California. And we're sitting out in what is usually our booth at fair. We decided to set it up to have a space to chill out outside during all this. And we're leather crafters. Beautiful hats and all sorts of accessories.
Nice. Well, let's see what some of the stuff is that you have today.
Well, one of the things is what I'm wearing. This is one of our newest hats. It's called the Bonnie Rebel.
Is there a way to update the link? I don't know if that link is going to actually go to the store properly.
Oh, the Etsy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. What do you want me to change?
No worries. It's just etsy.com/shop/Astral Chrysalis.
Here's one of our crowns. This is called the Elven Crown. And this one has a vintage check glass cabochon in it. And we have beautiful gemstone embedded hats. This is one of our most popular styles. It's called the Daunting and Dapper. Yeah, this one's purple and red with a red tiger iron. And they're adjustable sizing, so we can fit more than one head size. Yeah.
And yeah, they have, so here's a look at the corsetting going on right there. So you can actually change the hat size about up to 2 to 3 inches. So can fit most head sizes. You can even share the hat too.
And then in honor of the
Okay, so
2020. Go ahead.
that's super cute. Can I ask you to elaborate actually a little bit on that sizing? How, because obviously if somebody was to purchase from far away, they can't really try that hat on to make sure that it fits. So can you just elaborate on how that sizing factor works and how somebody could, know whether or not like which hat might be for them without being able, like from afar? Sorry, you get it.
Yeah, no worries. Well, we have 2 sizes which fit most. So we have a small medium and a medium large. And the small medium adjusts about 2 to 3 inches, similar to the medium large. And so smaller head sizes from, I'd say, about 21 inches up to about 20, 22 and a half inch. If you measure around your head, just right across here where the hat would sit, that would fit a small medium. And then the medium large goes from 22 and a half up to about 24-inch head size.
Okay. Well, these are now, I'm just like, so these are really cool. Do you want me to pull up your shop here? I sort of want to see that hat that had the cool, I don't know what you would call it. It looked kind of like inlay, except for that it was on top of. It wasn't, obviously it wasn't inlaid. It was like overlaid.
Yeah, we specialize in filigree cutouts.
Yeah,
so
all the
you can
cutouts.
see that we've got a base layer to the hat, and then we have a secondary layer with all the hole cutouts that gets laid on top, and then we stitch and hardware it down. So it's sort of our signature style.
And our Etsy is
Super.
very thorough with sizing and detail. You can really good pictures on our Etsy. And we have pretty much everything that's in stock listed and a ton of made to order listings as well.
And if you go ahead, if you leave the .etsy off the end, that's the URL. So shop.etsy.com/shop/Astral Chrysalis will get you to our thing. But that's our site right there.
Yeah, look at this. And these leather crowns are super cool too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Gosh,
They're definitely popular.
Yeah,
All
we've
of
been
this
doing
stuff.
this. We're also
Oh man, this is amazing.
you'll see a lot of, no worries. You'll see a lot of vintage hats and stuff coming onto the shop, and that is helping out a friend with stage 4 cancer. So we're helping her get all her inventory listed so that she can have some support during this time. Yeah, so the vintage is direct support for her, and then all the leather is our art.
Well, that's nice of you to help your friend out like that.
Yeah. Well, we love vintage, so it goes so well with what we do.
And so what is your home fare then? Since you've set your booth up to have a little place, what is the fare that you would have been working at had it not been for COVID?
We definitely do Pirates Festival in Vallejo. We've been doing that one for like 7-8 years. We've done Northern Fair, Las Vegas. The Age of Chivalry is a show that we do every year as well.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll have to find you guys. I'll have to find you guys there too. I now suddenly have all these vendors I need to go seek out and say hello to in person and shake his. Oh man, look at this cool purple one. What?
So
I feel like I suddenly.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm mostly kind of talking out loud. Like, I feel like I suddenly need a hat. Also some bracers and these books because I'm a bibliophile. So
yeah. Well, the corset cuffs that I'm holding up here, these are a design we started making like 10 years ago. And we discontinued them for a long time because they were so hard to make, but we now have them back. We just figured out how to sew them up more effectively and quicker. And we're able to bring them back and even bring a better price on them. So those are now we're listing.
Lacing go on the top or on the bottom?
Yeah. Goes on the back of the hand. Yeah, like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And pretty much any design that you find on our site can be custom made in size, color, embellishments. I mean, custom orders is a huge part of what we do. So we will create things and just list them. But if somebody wants something that's a little bit different, a little simpler, different colors, totally doable. And yeah, the books are a newer launch of ours. And the purple one with the crystal was sort of, there's 2 tiers. There's sort of a more basic one, and then there's ones with crystals inside, and that's basically a cover that fits the Ben Franklin by 5-inch sketchbooks so that you can replace and still use your cover once the book is full.
Oh,
yeah.
they can be personalized to like special gift, or they can have like a quote in them. Like this one is
This
one
one
of our
has a little,
children's.
so you can quite see it there. But
got
there's a
little
quote
in
engraved
there.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Wait, hold it back up. I'm
Oh,
making it big so I can see.
probably a little blurry,
yes.
but you can see there's a quote in there and a name at the top. And then there's a huge archive of art that can be engraved on the front. I mean, it's pretty customizable. And we can paint them any color too.
Yeah, I do all the airbrushing.
Yeah.
That is, you guys are awesome, talented. So I'm curious here. I'm looking at your wallets. Do you happen to? Oh, these are cool. Oh, they're not masks. They're eye patches. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, our eye patches are our best seller. It's hilarious. We make more eye patch sales than anything else because you can actually see through
Yeah,
them.
but look how awesome they are. Oh, you can. So you don't even.
Yeah,
so they are.
Filigree blurs when it's that close to your eye, so you can actually still have your depth perception at a
but
fair.
other people can't really tell that you can see them. And
Right.
they were originally featured on ABC's Once Upon a Time, and so a lot of people love that. It's part of one of the shows they love.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask about these wallets. Do you happen to have any wallets with you there? I happen to know a particular troll who is in need of a new wallet, actually.
Yeah, we do. With this style, yeah, exactly. So also super customizable. This one's got my signature Ankh design on the top. You can see that.
Do you have any Norse symbols? I can see your Ankh.
I do have. I believe I have a Thor's hammer design that I can arrange on for sure. Yeah.
And then it has an engraving on the inside that says "I attract money like a magnet." But again, anything could be engraved there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you have the ability on these wallets, out of curiosity, to put a hole in them so a chain could be attached?
Yeah, easy.
Totally do that.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy. Look at that. I love it. I'm taking a look at these skirt belt things because that's up my alley. And look at this this underskirt here.
So the skirt belts, they're a collaboration with Noelle of Firebird Fairy Couture. She does.
I was just going to say.
So she does.
I know.
Burnt edge silk.
Sorry.
No, okay.
Yes, I totally know. I have like 2 or 3 of her skirts from when she has been up at Fairy Worlds up here in the Northwest. So
that's where we met. We met at Fairy Worlds.
That's where our business started, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm like, I feel like I've actually seen these leather. I feel like I've seen this work before. Maybe
they're absolutely they're a higher price point, but they're a lot of work, and the combination of leather and silk are they're a perfect marriage. I would have never imagined that those two materials would be so beautiful together. But yeah, they're our best sellers. We mostly just sell those in person. I've been trying to figure out how to transition them onto the Etsy store. The skirt belts are easier because you can kind of figure out sizing based on what I've provided in the listing. The Phoenix vest, there's a matching vest that goes with it that has silks on the shoulders and on the tail. So yeah,
let's see if I can. Man, yeah, those are super cool. Where's my back button? Oh,
and we took payment plans.
Yeah, we do our best to price our items as affordably as possible. If you fall in love with something that you really want and you want to save up for it, we're pretty much open to discussing it and working out something that works for you. So it's totally doable to be able to acquire some of our art.
Yeah, we've done payment plans for people over 5-6 months, just really working with people.
Yeah, that is actually a good little bit of information to know, that you are willing to do the payment plan business, because for those higher price point items, and then it's always when you finally get to the end and you've paid for it, it's like you feel so accomplished.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, and it's the skirt belt and the vest, they support both our business and Noelle's business, because Noelle, I think she's still doing Fairy Worlds, but she's not doing that many shows anymore. So it's a way to also support her continuing to create her art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We like collaborating.
Our Etsy
She's
store,
a super nice lady too. So
she is really
wonderful.
sweet.
We love her.
Yeah. If so with our Etsy store, you can definitely see our products displayed there, and we do our best to photograph everything really well. If you want a really good sense of what our art looks like more in action, either in production, behind the scenes, or on people, just take the tag Astral Chrysalis and just do Instagram.com/Astral Chrysalis, or just look up Astral Chrysalis on Instagram, and that's where you'll see the best gallery of our artwork.
A whole decade of
It's
art.
almost, we're 3 posts away from 500 posts, and we have, I mean, you name it, it's
Wow.
all there.
Yeah. Oh, and we're doing the magic.
that is amazing.
Special word. What was it? Earthy?
There it is. Yes, it's earthy this week, and you're doing the magic word as well.
Yeah, I didn't email you
So-
about it, so I'm letting you know. And we were going to be offering
Yes.
selenite wands with each purchase.
Ooh,
One wand per purchase.
that's lovely. Oh man, I love this so much. This is beautiful.
Thank you.
It's a little
And all the
ridiculous.
pockets.
The pockets are a big one. Yeah, a lot of people really, I mean, a lot of women's clothing doesn't have pockets, so we figured we'd actually put that in there.
And on the
Although I
custom-
will say that oh, sorry, go ahead.
I could say we can add D-rings to these too.
Mm-hmm.
So you have places to hook things.
What's a D-ring?
Just a little.
Oh, that's the one. Oh, yes. Okay, I know. I will say that my slow build up and collection of Ren Fair pocket belts, though, has come in very handy in my travels abroad, because they have all those rules about the suitcases you can bring, and I just Ren Fair it. I Ren Fair it up. I get all of my pockets, and I wear everything, because they can't really tell you to get undressed. So, I have all my Ren Fair pockets, and I fill them with a bunch of stuff. That way I don't have to have extra luggages. So it has uses far beyond the timeless realm.
For sure.
Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today. Your guys' work is absolutely stunning. So just to remind everybody at home, if you use the word earthy within the next week, if you decide to make a purchase in the next week, you will get that surprise, selenite wand bonus with your purchase.
And the store is 10% off right now.
Oh, hey, there you go. 10%. Good. All right.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. And you guys,
You
yes, have an awesome evening.
Yeah, you too.
too.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay. I think that brings us around to our very last vendor. And do I see you there?
I hope so.
I see a black screen with
So
an
do I.
icon in the middle of it.
Okay.
I hear you though.
Yes, it's not showing the cam.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I would try to. Do you have a little icon of yourself in the bottom below the main screen there? Found it? Okay. Yay.
Hopefully it'll come up. Yay!
Oh, there you are.
Oh my goodness.
Hello.
All the light is kind of bleaching me out, at least on my screen.
Do you I'm not I guess you're probably using a selfie.
I'm on my computer, but I'm set up outside and it's a sunny day.
That would be it. Do you have an umbrella?
I'm already shaded. I don't know how to fix how bright my screen is. Whoa.
I would know what to suggest if it was a camera, but that's okay. If you hold things close to the camera, we should be able to see them. So at least I would think, because at that point you can maybe just shade right over where your camera eye is, and then we can see things. Would that work?
I I don't know. I've got so much bright in back of me. Let me turn this way.
Well, let's grab an item. Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, it's a whole row of really brightly colored things.
I know, tie-dye. So tell us who you are and tell us where you're from and what you do.
I'm Frankie, and I do tie-dye here in the Northwest, actually in Southern Oregon. I've been a tie-dye vendor for about 6 years. And I make a variety of things. Sorry.
Yes. No, by all means, share with us. Tell us about, because I can see that you have a bunch of stuff behind you, and I'm going to like grab something and show it to us for sure. I love tie-dye, and I know at least one or two other people that do as well. So at least one or two.
How about some of my favorites? I don't know if you can see these.
I can. Are those socks?
Yes, ma'am, they are. They're bamboo socks.
Ooh.
All different colors of bamboo socks. They're the softest things you'll ever wear. And they snuggle up on your feet. I love them.
And how high are those socks? Are they ankle, calf, knee?
They're crew length. And yeah, they're crew socks. I do have ankle high socks that they look like baby socks because they're so short, but this is actually adult ankle socks. I have blouses and baby hats. I don't know if you can see that. It's a little watch cap.
Yeah, I can see it. Did you knit those little caps, or
not? I purchased them. Although this one was in the family. My nephew. I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to find.
I can. I can see it.
It's actually a French market bag that my nephew made.
Nice.
Oh, I've got something for you.
Oh, look at your shirt. I want to see that shirt. Do you have more shirts like that?
I don't. It's a one-off. I bought it. I have. Ooh, I want to see if I can get it right for you.
There you go. I love this. This is so cute. What is it?
It's a fairy romper. It's got a little skirt.
Oh, for like a little kid.
They're in sizes 6, 12, 18, and 24 months. And then
I think I want to just have that size in 6, 12, and 18 and 24. No months. Years.
We have onesies. I wish you could see the colors on these. I'm so disappointed that the sun is bleaching out the screen.
Well, the closer you hold them to the camera, the better I can actually see the color. Yeah. Yes.
This one, on my camera, you can't see that it's aqua green and blue. I can't. This is vibrant. This is watermelon colors, and on my camera, my screen, it looks washed out, like pink.
But it's reds and greens.
Those are reds and greens. I've got one in purple with the hearts around the skirt.
Okay, how do you do that? How do you get your tie-dye to do those cool designs like that? This is such an art. If I had to do this, I would just basically come out with a glob of terrible colors.
Actually, I don't know, it's fascinating. It's exciting because you fold the piece in half and then draw what you want on half of it. And then you pinch pleat it all the way around and tie it really tight. Do that.
But how do you get, what does that mean to pinch pleat? How do you get them to stay?
Fan fold. Do you know how to fold a fan when you were a little kid and you fan folded your napkin? Or that's what pinch pleats are.
Well, there you go. I have learned so much in today's show. Like everybody in today's show has had amazing things to tell me about. And so how did you even get into doing this tie-dye?
The one on the end, honey. Hang on for a second. My husband's bringing one. Yes, please. Thank you, love. It was something to do. I used to drive a long haul truck and I needed something to do because I was no longer going to drive.
And so, this is where you landed.
Yes, ma'am. This is what I do.
And so what have we been brought here that has
my husband, he's such a good guy. It's I don't know if you can see it. It's a cold shoulder shirt.
Oh, how does it, what is this?
That was
I can see it.
And it's just a shirt for a summer shirt. I don't know if you can see it on me. I don't know.
Yeah, I can. No, I can.
I wish I had a bigger screen and a little bit more filtered light so that I could show you what it looks like. It's just a fun summer shirt, a rayon knit, and with an open shoulder so that those of us that have old lady arms don't really show our arms, but we have that nice cool top.
Do you have any adult size skirts or dresses, or maybe like the large, you know, I don't know, something, a top that might fan out or flare out?
Well, the one that I just showed you, this one is a 3X, and hang on for a second.
And might I inquire as to what your regular price range is, maybe on some of those T-shirts?
It depends on what I buy them for. My lady shirts have a tendency to be right around in the $20 to $30 range, depending on how much time I spend on them and where I get them from. Because
oh, sorry, go ahead.
It's okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
What I pay for them is how I have to price point it.
Sure. I was going to ask, what are the rules or guidelines for washing the tie-dye? Like, is it pre-wash? Does it? Tell me a little bit about how that works.
There's very few pieces that I have that are what I call fussy pieces. Most of my rayons, I put in a garment bag and I toss them in the washer with the rest of my clothes.
Okay.
And
so this kind of pre-washes them?
Usually on dark, and when they're done washing, that way the garment bag keeps it from getting tossed around, and like the straps on the sleeve wouldn't get hooked on something else, like the button on your jeans or something. So I usually stick everything in a garment bag and just wash it with my regular clothes.
I think that I have pulled up your Facebook page here. So at least it looks like it has your business name on it. Can you see that?
That's not me.
That's not you?
No.
Dye Happy Tie-Dye?
No, there's another Dye Happy Tie-Dye in the East.
What do we do you what should I put in here?
Can you see the screen?
Can I see your screen?
Yeah.
No, I cannot. Can you read me the URL and I'll type it in?
It's facebook.com/die happy tie dye.
DYEHAPPY
Tie dye. Only on here there's no
DIE.
DYE. Yeah, but there's no spaces on Facebook.
I'm sorry. TIE tie dye. I don't know how to spell tie.
TIE.
Okay, TIE and then tie DYE.
Uh-huh.
So that's bringing me to and no spaces. Here we go. Okay. This, I see your little, what are the little ones, not the onesies, the little fairy outfits, the pixie dresses.
Yeah.
Let me share that. Well, that must be frustrating to have such a close. There we go. There you are. And there's your bright colors for sure.
Yes.
Okay. Let's give you a like there. Yeah, if you guys are watching at home, give a like.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I'm just waiting for it to load a little bit here. Oh no, what's happening?
I don't know. My computer's been extremely slow.
I don't know what's happening right there. I didn't press a picture button. I'm trying. We'll get it.
It's okay.
We'll get it. I super want to show off your awesome colors though, because they're beautiful. Okay, and we're back, I think. Oh, it drives me nuts when Bookface does this and just like takes forever.
Sometimes
it's just all these little pop-ups and things. Yeah, it says pop-ups and things going on and just all kinds of crazy stuff. Come on, get there. There we go. Look at that. Oh yeah, I like these tank tops for sure. And this is super long. Is this a whole dress that you did?
Yeah.
How long does it take to do something like this? I mean, how long, like your process of getting it all bound up and then you have to dye it after that. And I mean, beginning to end, how does that, what does that look like?
It depends on what process I'm using. That brown dress was a shibori dye. Further down, I have pictures of how I did it, but it was wrapped around a tube and really tightly bound, and then you dye it on the tube and it makes those patterns. That one took 3 days to finish. It's just a really long process.
Oh, I love this thing. What is this cool?
Isn't that adorable?
That is amazing. I love that.
It's a set.
Ooh.
The jacket and the dress. The dress said it was 100% cotton. Well, I'm here to tell you it wasn't. But the parts that were cotton that took the dye just made it look adorable. So I believe it's a size small. It sells as a set, and I dyed it as a set. I think it's really cute together.
It is cute. What am I looking at here?
That's ice dye. That's how I dyed that dress.
What is ice dye?
You tie the piece how you want the design to be, and then you cordon it off in a little tray so that when you put your dye down, the ice melts, and as it melts, it draws the color down, and it gives a feathery edge to the dye instead of the crisp edge like you see on some tie-dye.
Whoa, I had no idea there was, whoa, that is so cool. It looks like a geode, you know, like those slices of geodes.
That's exactly what it's supposed to be. Yay!
Well, it worked. Yeah, those are really cool. This is great tie-dye. I'm glad you got your page to come up. This is wonderful work.
Thank you. It's a lot of fun.
I think I tried something tie-dye once as a project with my neighbor's children to do for, I don't know, like a Father's Day present or something, to make an at-home. Yeah, it didn't work so well for me. I just kind of came out with a terrible blob of color. Nothing. Look at these spirals. I love this. Nothing so beautiful as this. Oh my goodness. These are so cool. I am impressed, my lady. This is lovely work. And so this is where people can purchase from you. They go to your Facebook then?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And would they just send you a message on Facebook letting you know? Do you have an album over here? I see you've got photos. Do people just let you know what they want by looking through your album? Ooh, that thing's cute. How much is that thing?
It's already sold. It went to Pennsylvania like 3 hours after I put it up.
What? Man, I like that one.
I think I might have
this cut at the bottom.
Yes.
It's that cut at the bottom that is kind of the fairy cut. That's how I think of it.
Yes.
That I like especially. And so here's a picture of what the binding looks like. I think you must just have a particularly 3D artistic mind to be able to know how, when you bind it, what it will look like. These are cool Galaxy men's shirts. Those are awesome.
They're not finished yet. They're almost done. But that's 3 different blends of material and the same dye. The one on the far right is 100% cotton. The one in the middle is 100% cotton, but it has a sheen on the surface. And the one on the far left was 100% cotton, but it must have had some sort of sizing because it didn't take the dye. They were all dyed together.
And here's that cool dress we were talking. Kind of looks like a animal print a little bit, doesn't it? Like a zebra almost.
Almost. And there it is wrapped up.
Oh. Yeah, look at that. That is just super cool. I love that you show your process in your work too. That's awesome.
I'm part of a tie-dye page.
What?
And the
Bigfoot Blues Festival.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be so
Sorry,
much
I
fun.
got distracted by the word Bigfoot.
If we get to have it, it's in May in Brookings, Oregon. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so much fun. I'm excited.
That does sound actually. So I want to say. I want to say last year we went to a Bigfoot festival. Oh, maybe near Oregon City. No, not Tiger. Troutdale. And we went to a Bigfoot festival that was for Bigfoot fans. And so Bigfoot Blues Festival, tie-dye, sounds like good times. Woo, Look at that. We have run over our time.
Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I was having fun. Window shopping on your site. So thank you. I'm glad I got that to pull up and see that. So I like those men's shirts too, and I'm kind of curious what they're just cool. They're Galaxy looking shirts, and what's the price point on those, if I may?
They run probably $25 to $35, depending on what I paid for them. They are button-ups. They're kind of a select market. Most people want t-shirts, but I like button-ups.
Yeah. Well, every girl crazy, right? About a sharp-dressed man. So how would people pay you? Would it be PayPal? Is that how you accept payment then?
I do PayPal. I also have the Square.
Okay.
Both work. And I'm not doing the secret word this week, but maybe in the future.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is, of course, totally optional. So no, thank you so much for coming on the show today and sharing your stuff. I love tie-dye. So, and I definitely know other people who love tie-dye, and I hope that they were out there watching today and got to see some of that. So, as I know that they are often looking for new and good tie-dye people to buy from. It's kind of been a, you know, it's now more of a niche art, you know, than it was back in the 70s, I think, right? When everybody was wearing tie-dye. So, but I have a lot of pairs of tie-dye socks actually, because I suffer from not being able to have matching pairs. And so if just all my socks are tie-dye, it doesn't really matter if they don't match, right? They just, everything can be a pair. That's my way of overcoming that. So.
Yes, exactly. I have something that you might like. I have thigh-high socks that I can tie-dye.
What?
Yes, ma'am.
I would love that.
They would be fun, and they would be fun to tie-dye for you.
Oh,
anyway.
we should talk. We should talk after the show.
Yes.
I want some thigh-high tie-dye. I even like that, the alliteration there. The thigh-high tie-dye.
Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yes, absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your evening down
Thank
there in
you.
Southern Oregon. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. Well, that was our last vendor for the evening. And thank you everybody for tuning in and joining us. We will, of course, be here again next Sunday as well with an all new set of vendors. You can find everybody's information in the low bar. Please click the like and subscribe. Ring the bell if you want to get notifications. We will be back here. Tomorrow is a day off. Yay! I mean, like, it's a day off of actually appearing in front of you, but I still have plenty of work to be done. So we will be back, though, on Tuesday with Spill the Tea. And then Wednesday, of course, with your regular Faye news episode. And Friday, we will have a new author reads. So, and Thursday and Saturday in there, we may or may not have some new variety acts to be sharing with you. Just keep your eyes peeled, because those will start getting posted up here early in the week. And I will bid everybody a good evening. Remember, if you shop with these vendors, and I will make sure to just put in the low bar for you guys, and use the magic word earthy, that those vendors which are participating in the magic word will be including a surprise bonus gift in your purchase. So have a good week, everybody, and I will hopefully see you back here on Tuesday for Spill the Tea and our Uplift Award. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.